Ha! Life has a way of making you think there's some grand plan, something out there that controls what you do, how you do it, and when. A set of rules, they say. A structure, they insist. How cute. How completely boring. The world wants you to follow a script, a drama that's been written for you before you even took your first breath. Follow the rules. Be a decent citizen. Get the grades, get the job, follow the system, they say. Ha! But you're different, aren't you? You want something more. You desire turbulence, you want unpredictability, you want freedom. Oh, I get it. I get it more than anyone else ever could. You see, my friends, I learned early on that the only strategy that works in this chaotic little thing we call life is to make your own. Write your own narrative. Set your own rules. Forget everything they told you about how things are supposed to be done and start living the way you want to live. If you follow their script, their techniques, you're simply another puppet in a world full of puppets. But if you design your own, well, then you've just revolutionized the game. You've turned the board, scattered the pieces. You've become uncontrolled. Let me tell you something. Those in authority, the so-called authorities, they're all frightened. Afraid that people like you and me might wake up one day and realize that we don't need them. They're frightened that one day you'll stop playing by their rules and start constructing your own. Because when it happens, oh boy, you become dangerous. Yes, risky. Not because you're violent or because you've got a gun or a knife, no. You become dangerous because you've stopped giving them power over your choices. See, everyone's a prisoner of some strategy that isn't theirs. A method they didn't choose. The man working that 9 to 5 job he hates, he's living someone else's strategy. The lady remains in a destructive relationship. She's stuck in someone else's strategy. The student suffering through numerous tests, thinking that a piece of paper defines their worth. Oh yeah, they're stuck too. Trapped. But when you design your own strategies, you escape the trap. You become untouchable. You want to win at life? You want to genuinely, truly live? Well, then you've got to toss away the manual. Rip it up, burn it. Let the ashes disperse in the breeze. Stop looking for a path that's already been tread 1,000 times by 1,000 other individuals. You've got to carve your own route. You've got to forge your own way, because in the end, the only way to live in this insane, mad world is to be the one who establishes the rules of the game. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, shall we? Everyone appreciates a smart strategy, a cunning little scheme to go ahead. But here's the thing, they're all playing the same game with the same rules. And that's their error. They think there's one way to win, one way to succeed, one way to survive. You see it everywhere. People following the same old stale blueprints. The same old professional pathways, the same old relationships, the same old social hierarchies. Ha! They're like rats in a maze, chasing cheese they didn't even choose. Pathetic, isn't it? But you, my buddy, you don't have to be a rat in that maze. You don't have to be a cog in their machine. You can be something lot more exciting. Anything unpredictable. Anything that doesn't obey the rules. Something that cannot be controlled. And that, my friends, is where true power rests. Not in following the rules, but in breaking them. Not in conforming, but in resisting. Not in doing what everyone else does, but in establishing your own strategies. Now, you might be wondering, but Joker, if everyone else is pursuing the same road, isn't that the wise move? Isn't that the safe move? Oh sure, it's safe, but safe is dull. Safe is predictable. Safe is how you get stuck in a life you don't want, doing things you don't care about for people who don't give a damn about you. Safe is a jail, a cage, and once you're inside, good luck getting out. Do you really want to be safe? Or do you wish to be free? Freedom comes at a price, though. Oh, it does. You've got to be willing to take risks. You've got to be willing to walk beyond the lines, to color outside the margins, to embrace chaos. But once you accomplish that, once you do that, the universe opens up in ways you never imagined conceivable. Suddenly, you're no longer a prisoner to someone else's strategies. Suddenly, you're the one calling the shots, deciding what happens next. And let me tell you, there's nothing more thrilling than that. Think about all the greats in history, those who left a mark, those who shook the foundations of the planet. Did they follow the rules? Did they keep to the plan? No. They ripped the rulebook apart. They established their own laws, their own plans, their own way of doing things. And in doing so, they became legends. They became unstoppable. You see, when you build your own strategy, you create your own destiny. You become the architect of your destiny, not just another brick in someone else's wall. And that, my friends, is what it is to live. Let me give you a small secret. The reason most people are trapped, the reason most people never advance above mediocrity is because they're terrified. They're terrified of what might happen if they break away from the herd. They're terrified of failure, of rejection, of standing out. And that dread keeps them in line, keeps them docile, keeps them playing by someone else's rules. But you're different. You don't want to be like them, do you? You don't want to live in dread, tied by invisible chains, ruled by invisible powers. No, you desire to break free to be something more, something amazing. The first step, the only step, is to establish your own approach. Forget everything they told you about how things are supposed to be done. Forget about the safe way, the predictable path. Take risks, experiment, fail, learn, adapt. Create your own approach, your own rules, your own method of doing things. Now, I can already hear the whispers, but Joker, that's reckless. That's risky. What if I fail? What if I lose? Well, what if you do? What if you fail horribly? What if you lose everything? So what? Failure is a part of life, a part of growth. You fail, you learn, you get back up. But here's the kicker, when you're pursuing your own strategy, even failure is a victory. Why? Because you were the one in control. You didn't fail because someone else advised you to do something. No, you failed on your terms, and that makes all the difference. When you build your own tactics, you take responsibility for your own life. You stop blaming others, stop playing the victim, stop expecting for someone else to come and save you. You become your own hero, your own savior. And that, my friends, is the ultimate power. So go ahead, build your own strategies. Break away from the herd. Stop living by someone else's rules and start living by your own. Be bold. Be fearless. Be unstoppable. You want to know the actual technique to winning at life? The real secret? It's not about having the best plan or the best resources. It's not about being the smartest or the strongest. It's about being the one who refuses to be boxed in. The one who recognizes the game for what it is and decides to play by their own rules. The one who isn't afraid to take down the system and construct something new. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep playing the game by their rules? Or are you going to design your own strategies, write your own story, and change the game forever? The choice is yours. But remember, chaos is fair.